after I get the coke plant and byproduct plant done, the next step is to build a blast furnace. I've already built blast furnaces, but I will show you how we're going to do it with recycled materials. Okay, this right here, this is the Marisha Furnace, and a prototype for that is the Duluth Works of United States Steel. And this is the skip hoist that comes up here. It goes into the skip hoist hopper, which has the materials that you see here, the iron ore and the coke and the limestone. And then it brings it up. And then it brings it up and deposits it on this slide, and it goes down here to the bell hopper, and that brings the materials down into the furnace itself. This is the upper part of a smoothie cup, okay? And then this here, the safety railing, that is a fiberglass wall patch, okay? And then the braces here, those are wooden coffee stirrers, and the same way it goes through here. So the materials come up inside of here, and then temperatures of 4,300 degrees are obtained right in here. The hearth is down in here, or actually up in here someplace. This is called the Bosch, and this is called the chimney. There's probably another part of it. And then the gases from the combustion of the coke get into these uptake tubes, and they go down over here into the dust collector, because the blast gas is dirty and contains a lot of particulate matter. And then from the dust collector, it goes over here into the Venturi scrubber, which further cleans the gas, and then sometimes it'll go into an air cooler. And that's what this is here. That's made out of a fruit juice container. And then it goes into the cold blast pipe into the stoves. And then this here is the hot blast pipe. And then that, when I connect this up going through here, it'll connect over here to the bustle pipe. And then your tweers are down there, and that's what injects the air in there, okay? So, anyway, so these are the stoves. They're an air preheater, and 25% of this is for a combustion chamber. These are all filled with fire brick, and they glow yellow hot in there. And so the what I was describing before is the stoves that are on. Okay, so what I was describing before is actually, I made a mistake out here a little bit. So the gases come down through here, they get cleaned, and then the carbon monoxide gas gets burnt, and that generates a temperature of about 2,300 degrees. So half of these will be, excuse me for panning so fast, will be on gas, okay? And then the other half will be on blast. So what happens on blast is that the blast the cold air from the blowing engine house, and I will point to the blowing engine house. This is blowing engine house number 1, and blast. So what happens on blast is that the blast the cold air from the blowing engine house, and I will point to the blowing engine house. This is blowing engine house number 1, and there's a blast of air that comes through at 56,000 to 120,000 cubic feet per minute. Your gas station air compressor is probably maybe 20 cubic feet per minute. at the very most, and it comes whistling through there at 250 miles an hour. So the other ones that are on blast, that's where it picks up this heat and it preheats it, and then it goes into the blast furnace, and there it melts out the iron out of the iron ore, and then what's left over is run off with slag, and then the molten iron comes out of there at 3,300 degrees in the cast house, which is right here, and then it's taken over to the conversion department. So that's basically how it works, and we'll go outside and find some material for building a furnace, and I will get started on it. This here happens to be cpvc to piping, which I ended up cutting and trying to make the down tubes more prototypical of the furnace, but it's a pain in the hind end to actually do this, so I just ended up using whatever fittings that are available. So it just so happens that outside I happen to find a material for the Bosch, so we'll go outside and take a look-see. Okay, fortunately people are hogs and they throw things out. Reach down here and pick this up. Okay, now this drinking cup here is ideal because it tapers just like the real Bosch does on a blast furnace. And this, I'd say, is about 4 inches in diameter, and I'm using 1/8 of an inch to a scale, 1/8 of an inch to a foot scale on here. And so what that means is that this is 32 feet in diameter, which is about the correct diameter up here. Now we're going to pick something else up. Okay, this is just for demonstration purposes here, but this is a original kitchen cleanser, misspelled, but this would be excellent for the upper part of the chimney. And so you just take this and you just stick this right on top of here like that. There. Now that is the basic blast furnace configuration, just like that. And then you will put your bell hopper up here. Let me see. Ah, there it is. There's my finger. And then you put your another platform that will come around here, and then you can put your uptake tubes and your other things that come down here. This here is the Bosch. Your hearth would be right about here. And then as the mixture of materials descends lower into the furnace, the temperature gets hotter until it gets about 4,300 degrees down in here, and iron melts at 2,800. So, and then I always spray paint this flat black, and then I dust it with oxide red, okay, because you get a lot of iron dust here. So that's basically how I made the blast furnace.